Angel, your host with the Morning Brew, which we're going to discuss about that. But anyway, what a day yesterday. What an amazing day. What a day, guys. We didn't expect, well, actually, we did expect it. We were at a pivotal moment. And, if we caught some waves, amazing, amazing, amazing. What a great, great, great day. All right, so 2 more days, December 23rd. How can I describe what happened yesterday? Basically, with a bunch of volatility going into the market last week about the FOMC, what's going to happen to next year, 2022, and I think that's still in the horizon. What's going on with China, Evergrande, the Grinch stole Christmas, right? We thought that this was probably we're gonna reciprocate another 2018 Q4 where we sold off into Christmas, but we got saved. The Grinch stole Christmas, and then the Grinch, what? He gave it back. So amazing, amazing. It looks like we're going to have that recovery. Now, it doesn't mean like we're going to have a ho, 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 like, hey, everything's going to be going great. But if you know where to look, and this is why you're here on this show, is because we are going to show you exactly where to look and how you can grab a little bit of coin here. All right, guys. So ultimately, what are we doing right now? We're going to break down. So if this is your first time, welcome. What are we doing? We're going to be looking at basically the same thing. What is the news? What are the news catalysts out there? What is the news media trying to, what's the narrative they're trying to portray to us? So I look at Barron's, I look at a couple things. Now we also look at the futures. Futures are at 46.34. So that's, important to watch. But also so travel stocks, this is good for travel stocks, and doesn't mean that they're going to move. It just means that, hey, the narrative is they're trying to push travel stocks, and we're going to see if the travel stocks have moved. Now, more than likely, we do know because we watched bookings. Booking did move significantly yesterday. If you caught that wave, high five. That was amazing, but that was for that. Now, doesn't mean you go and chase that trade today, right? Because, then you'll be whale food. But we don't want that. And I'm going to help you with that. Just hang tight. I'm also going to reiterate to you guys because I do not want you to miss out. I gave the trade for 2022 yesterday. So at the end, if you want to follow that, I'm going to give you some clues to that as well. But I gave you a complete thesis on that yesterday. So if you do like that, do me a favor. Once you go through it, and if you like it, like, subscribe. If you made a little money, give me a little love back. All right, guys. Now, so let's get going here. So now, aviation. Now, here's a big story, and this is going to be the big move for today. All eyes on this particular play. Elon is done selling. So, is it going to move? Are they going to take it up? There is a possibility we're going to open up a lot higher than we did yesterday at the close, and we knew something was up. We actually caught that trade. If you caught the show on TradingView on the Market Pulse, we actually set that trade up. We kind of saw movement. We saw basing, and then we saw there were some buying going there. So now 3 things, if you want to watch this article or read this article, just discusses 4 catalysts and they gave a bull position and a bear position. But right here, just kind of, number 1, in January, very early on, Tesla has delivery numbers, and they expect big numbers. If he has huge numbers, then Tesla's going to rock it, and it can catapult the stock back up to where it was before, around 1,200, 1,300, somewhere up there, right? So right now it's sitting at, I think we're going to open, I'm going to get to it too, around 968 right now. All right, so, and then we have a couple of the others. Battery, so the bear position, if the batteries aren't that good, obviously, but they're way ahead on batteries. And then Adam Jonas came out and said something, huge opportunity for Tesla to expand their business in 2022. And he mentioned India. I don't know where I saw that article, but you can look it up as well. But Adam Jonas, he's a big analyst. All right, so we got Meta, Twitter, Amazon 1010, CS22. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, I think the Federal Reserve is already tightening, not so fast. Okay, so a couple things here, and this just came over the wire too, and they just said that the SEC is, and this was my buddy Amit who sent this to me. Adina Friedman says we're going to monitor social media chatter, and we will hold stock if we match chatter with unusual activity in stocks. I don't know if that's she's saying that. So again, that's something to be wary about if you're no, we're relinquishing a lot of power to these individuals. So, the free market, it's what I'm noticing, and this is just an opinion, but the free market is getting tighter, tighter, and tighter. All right, so bad news in Nike's upbeat earnings report. China slipped. Okay. All right, so there's not really a lot of numbers going into. There's not a lot of economic numbers going into on the macro front this week. We do have some unemployment numbers coming out tomorrow. Is that enough to affect the markets? Don't know, but we're going to keep an eye on it. But right now, futures are opening up lower. Let's see what's going on at CNBC and see if they have anything here. Travelers scrambled for COVID tests. Okay. Now the other news that I'm reading too, and I kind of sent this out, is that it's just a rumor, and they're saying that the Army's pan-coronavirus development strategy. The Army has a pan-coronavirus vaccine development strategy, and apparently that fights all viruses. So that news is already starting to come out. So be careful with the vaccine stocks if you own those, because if this is better than those, then that's probably going to make those go down. All right. But on the CNBC front, mortgage rates fall. That's good for Elon Musk. Jack Dorsey talking about Web3. Okay. All right. So let's find out what's moving today. Okay. So ultimately, what are we doing? We always start off with the forecast. What's the forecast going to prevail to us outside? What stance should we have? So we're looking at the three indices. To me, these are the three important ones. It's going to be the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the Russell. Some of you might do the Dow. I'm not a big Dow person because I think you get a better pulse when there's, again, the S&P has about 501, 502 stocks. I forget how much it is. Nasdaq has obviously 100, and the Russell has 2,000. So we get a better understanding of the overall market when I just kind of observe these. So this is one of the reasons why we watch these. All right. Now, the other thing we're going to watch is this 50-day moving average. As far as moving averages, again, it's not set all be all, but it just kind of gives you, are we above certain, if we're above it, we're still bullish, right? And we're below it, then we're getting bearish. When we get to the 200-day average, that's just when you gotta it's gonna be a line in the sand where we're gonna hold. If we start going below that, then the market's bearish. Okay, the market is just bearish. So again, we're far away from that. We're at the 50 and we held. So again, this is a hammer, and we bounced off nicely. So that was a beautiful, beautiful day. If you enjoy those moves with us, we got into those. Now the question is how high can we go? Now, what I've been saying to you is that right now we're kind of consolidating sideways. Now, even though the moving averages go, anything's possible, but I kind of go, what news is it going to take us to break through this hard level of 47.43? Now, we only spent there this was like 3 hours on that day, and I think this was only like 1 or 2 hours that day. So in all, we only spent about 5 hours above that level. I know I went back, but if we look, this 47.20 area is going to be super, super hard, 47.20, and it's not going to be exact, but somewhere in that area on the S&P 500. I'm seeing a sideways consolidation. I think that we're probably going to go sideways. Now, when we go sideways, I saw someone on a YouTube channel saying he did a poor job of describing this. Now, sideways actions usually is a time where, be careful, there'll be a lot of whipsaw because we don't know, and because we're pretty high up. This is the part where we don't know what's happening during these levels, right? Now, is there two things, and I'm going to simplify this for you. You have to ask yourself, when we moved up pretty high and we're up there, got to ask you, what are the big guys doing, right? Not the little guys, but what are the big guys doing? Are they either doing two things? And it's called accumulation or distribution. Accumulation is just they're buying, or are they selling? We don't know because it's going sideways. But if you are, just in and out, there's a lot of potential here to either take the trades from here to there, and back until we start breaking above that. So that's probably what I'm noticing, the patterns in a lot of these high volatile stocks like CMG. And I'll get to that in a minute. Same thing with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is going sideways. He took over that 50-day movement, which is great. We're trying to turn here. So again, on the Nasdaq, if we can break through, then that means that we're probably going to go to that level. And let's see, as long as we stay in this range, we're okay. Now, the S&P is still bullish, right? We're still holding above zero on the MACDs. So that's pretty good. And let's see if, let's see if there's follow through today. Again, we have one day left for this week, 2 days, right? Russell got saved. Again, pivotal moment right here, exactly like Bitcoin. It's going to cross. So more likely, as this crosses, we're not looking at puts, right? We're looking at calls, or, just to let you know, or whatever strategy you're going to implement. I don't give out my plays as far as what, because I believe there's so many different ways, and not one trader can trade the same. So again, because there's a lot of things that go into your mindset, your years of experience. And a lot of times it's the money management aspect. So you get into a trade, you buy an option for $2, it goes to $5, you sell it, and some of you do, some of you don't, some of you hold on to it, it goes back down to 1, and or maybe it goes to 10, and then there's a lot of things. So you have to be disciplined in what is it that you want to get out of that trade. So obviously everybody's gonna say I want to make money, but again, money management is key, right? And also, as I'm behind this desk all day long, guys. This is a job for me. I choose to do this. This is what I do. So again, there's multiple ways that you can manage and trade your accounts. I don't know if this is a job for you or not, but basically, I'm here. So right here. So now we're going back up to the 50, right? So if we're looking at the Russell, we're going back to the 50. That's kind of expected. But let's see if there's follow through today. All right. So now let's look at the VIX. Now the VIX, the reason why we look at the VIX for multiple reasons. Again, so always on Monday, it can share with you. Monday sets the tone for the VIX, right? It tells you the tone as far as is there fear in the market? Is fear going to be dying down for the rest of the week, or is it going to continue higher or stay in the range? As you can tell, on Tuesday we died down, so that's a plus. Now again, how I'm reading the VIX, if we start breaking below 20, then that means that we can probably go a little higher. There'll be some follow through there, right? So and remember, if you've been following me, 18 is a sweet spot for us to break higher. So if the VIX can break below 18, then more than likely there's a strong possibility we're going to break above that 47.20 on the XPX. So again, that's how we read it. So you can, that just gives me a clue, but right there. So now if we start breaking above this 2288, that means that fear is entering into the marketplace, and we're probably going to reverse and turn lower. Now, as far as the Treasury Notes, we look at this because it's good to know, right? I watch this every day, and as long as it stays in here, we're okay. That means that nothing significant is happening. But when this moves dramatically, it is going to affect the market. That's why we look at it every day, if you're wondering that. And you can tell I put my alerts at 1.7. So if it goes up, then more likely the market's going to retrace. So, so we watch that. Now, as far as going in, let's dive in. Now, what are we doing right now? We're just going into the 15-minute time frame. And again, the reason why we do this is because these are high volatile stocks, extremely volatile stocks. I mean, you can get, like I said yesterday, 20, 30, 40, 50 point rippers on this, right? So a lot of you, I've been trading since 2005, and I kind of went through a whole whirlwind of how to finding myself as a trader. So there's a couple of strategies that I use. I'm definitely a spread trader as well. I use that in a conservative account. And obviously, it's good to have multiple accounts. So the one thing I can tell you is that if you're building a small account, start small. If you get a double, if you're trading options, double, just build your account slowly, and, there is no, what was the word that someone told me this morning? There is no, there's no such thing as a perfect exit, in your trade. Okay. That doesn't exist. So, if you're up and your goal is to get 50%, 30%, 20%, 100, whatever it is, just get out. And that's how you start building your account slowly but surely. And that's winning. Okay. But in here, what we do is because we can get 20, 30 point rippers. The theory behind this is that all paths leads back to the 50-day moving average. So you want to take your trades near the 50, right? Or if you start seeing a swing, right? If we're going sideways, like I told you, and you see a swing, and I'm going to share that with you when we get to CMG. But yesterday, this was a perfect thing. So yesterday, 2 days ago, we sold off. And again, there was some guy, I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to put people down. I would never do that, but I definitely gonna, in a trade, he set out, yeah, buy puts. Didn't really give you a reason why. This was on Friday, and even though we saw an entry there, but you have to ask yourself, anything can happen over a weekend. Anything can happen over a weekend. News, you don't control that, so are you going to want to hold positions over a weekend when you're trading short term? And that's up to you. That's a question you answer. For me, no, not really. Unless I have some profits that I want to trade with, then yeah. Remember, we always trade with profits. So if you lock in some gains, you always trade with profits, and you basically just, again, put that in there, right? That's money management. But again, we dropped, again, reversal. And because we know that oil passed back to the 50, you waited. And guess what? That was a trade we took back to the 50. Now, the trade, now mention that because when we got to the 50, you look at the MACDs. MACDs are still going. And again, if you look at the internals, and this is something I'm trying to portray, and I do it in my talks, but the portrayal is that the S&P can't go down if the banks are up, right? So the banks held the S&P 500 yesterday. They just held it. So if you're looking at banks like I am, you're like, whoa, this is going. And all you needed was the tech for the other components of the S&P to start being bought, and they did. They bought, Tesla. We saw Amazon started to go in the afternoon, and then that added more fire to the S&P 500. So kind of gave you that this was still going to go, and you could have taken that trade, and we did. We took it off of 45. I think it was 4,600, 4,610, somewhere in there, and we wrote it. Nice trade. I gave that trade on trading. It was 46, 43 is when we got out, and then we rolled into some other trades just in case if it kept going with profit. So again, if those work out today, great. If they don't, it doesn't matter because we're still profitable. Okay. So Nasdaq still working its way higher. Again, we're pretty far away from the 50, so you don't want to chase any trades. It looks like it probably was going to come back down. It looks like the S&P, if it comes back down, we're going to see if it gets bought. And if it gets bought into Christmas, that's pretty good. Or is it just going to linger here? Is it done? Now, that's a possibility. Russell, we saw it run really, really hard. As you can tell, we can see the range in this, right? We start seeing the range in the last 4 days, start going up and down. So again, if we start breaking above this 4670 on the S&P 500, we're probably going to go to 4700. After that, it's 4720. Above that's 4750. Pretty simple there. All right, Russell just working his way low, just sideways at consolidating here. So again, it looks like it wants to pull back. Now, Alphabet did move, right? Now, Alphabet, again, bounced right here at 0, bounced there. And this is when I know the banks held the S&P 500. The minute you see Google start moving, and guys, this is a $2,800, it's a $2,800 company, guys. So you have to understand, when this moves, it's moving. There's money behind it. So, it's very hard to move these type of companies. So this was an entry you could have taken. I didn't take this trade yesterday, but that was one there. Now, the reason I mention it is because it's pulling back. If they start buying Google and it starts breaking up the headwinds up there, 28, 60, 20, 28.79. If it bounces here, breaks through, then Google's probably going to run. And what I mean by ripper, look at this, 28.18 to 28.78. So this moves, guys. This is about a 50-point ripper. What if you can get 10, 20 points? Are you happy? All right, Amazon, same thing. So it's pulling back. If it breaks down, then more likely Amazon's going to go to 33.15. And this is what I mean about the sideways action. So we look at the overall markets to kind of give us an insight of what the other indices that were other stocks or underlines are going to do. So again, is it breaking down? If it bounces and breaks through 34.13, and then we go. Now Amazon could go, which is very, very positive if Amazon starts going. Now if Amazon goes, next level on top is going to be that 34.83. So again, that's nice, right? That's almost 100 points. Okay, so watch that. Tesla. So this is what I mean about Tesla. We got into this trade yesterday. I liked it. Consolidated right there. We gave the trade and it went up. And again, we rolled up. We're in profits right now. If Tesla starts, is pulling back, if it can pull back to 50, starts breaking, the next level up is going to be 1,000. I think it's going to be, we got this. You're going to have that 996. And then you have what do you got up there? 1019. So again, so that's where Tesla's at. But let it pull back. Let it pull back. That might be setting up for a trade today. Now, this is it. This is the trade for today. I think all eyes are on Tesla. Elon's done selling. So 25 billion done selling. So that selling pressure isn't there anymore. And I just presented you a bull case. So if they start buying this thing was at $1,200. You'll notice real quick in the first half hour. So this thing could rip. So I'm going to be watching Tesla. I do have some lotto plays here, but again, if you're looking at buying the stock, and I'm going to cover this in more complete detail. I think it's it up here. Yeah, I got Tesla. So if we're looking at the dailies, the hourlies, and the 50-minute time frame, again, yesterday, this was yesterday. This is what I mean. On the hourlies, you got an entry, right? Broke the 50, MACDs get fresh to the MACDs, and then you're gone. So that is why we trade, right? That's we trade. This is pre-market, right? So you're gone. So you got an entry on the hourlies. On 917, that's where you got in. Now, right there on the 50-minute time frame, you got what, 906, right? You got an earlier entry when it broke that 919, which is broke here. You're in that trade. Here, reversing, we're coming to the end here, right? Coming to the end. If this starts breaking through and starts breaking at 50, on the dailies, then if it breaks through, then we're gonna explode. So again, that 1028 is gonna be pretty hard, guys. So watch that if we start getting into that level, and just watch that. So anyway, that's the setup for today. If you like that, give me a like, subscribe, guys. All right, so ISRG, we caught that, nice rally. This thing just move, and this is another one that I'm gonna tell you that I see money coming back in. So ISRG, from a multiple perspective, we're there. As a stock buyer, you want to buy this thing, right? It broke through. It's gonna rip. It probably got 369. It's still an upward trend. Looks good. Now we could consolidate sideways, right? But if you're looking for a trade, look at 369. That looks pretty good. Just buy yourself some time. On the hourlies, it looked like yes, it was a trade. It was an entry. It was a viable entry. I gave you that trade, 323, 331. So we got it on all three time frames. You got it. So again, buy to buy. What else? Chipotle, CMG. As I said, this is the trading sideways. If you looked at this, I've been trading this sideways, right? About 1720 to about 1653. 80 points up and down, up and down, up and down. If it breaks above this range, it's going to go higher, right? Chipotle's been beat up pretty badly, guys. Beat up pretty badly. So if I look at Chipotle, and let's go in here. Look at Chipotle. I mean, it's up. It was up in the $1,900 levels. It's been beat up pretty badly, and these guys make money. So there's a couple of headwinds up here. 1750 for it to get it going. But again, don't chase Chipotle. Let it come back. It looks like it's going to come back. Let it come back to the 50, or forget this 50-day. If you see what I'm seeing is trading sideways. Nibble. If it starts breaking down, they can take a trade to the downside, because more likely it's probably going to go to the 50 or sideways. It's going sideways until it's not. Simple. Keep things simple. It goes sideways until it doesn't. And then you just reverse that trade. All right. On the Lam Research, guys, MBs came out with great earnings yesterday. Great earnings. And I gave you the numbers yesterday. So we're in a chip cycle right now. And the last chip cycle, was basically, I think it was only a 4 to 3% return per year, and it lasted 3 to 4 years. We're in another chip cycle. And Jeffries came out with his article yesterday and said that we're in a super chip cycle, and it's going to last 10 years, and the rate of return is going to be around 9 to 10% per year. So this is why you're looking at chips, right? So once the chip supply is over and that's done, I think that these are probably going to be the moves going into 2022. So we look at Lam Research. Lam Research makes the equipment that makes the chips. So they sell to MU. MU came out with great earnings, and that's why Lam Research is going up. Goldman Sachs going up. So let's see what happens at Goldman Sachs. So again, Lam Research, if it pulls back, hits that 50, pulls back, starts breaking through, could start maybe running, but don't like it where it is right now. Goldman Sachs, let it come back. This is perfect. Let it bounce off the 50. If it breaks 378, takes 382, it can probably go back up to 400 and bounces off the MACD. So it's setting up. Netflix, this thing just ran. It looks like it wants to run. You know, we don't have a setup here. I've been trading Netflix in and out. I did it 2 days ago, but you know, again, if it takes out 608, not really ideal setup here, but you know, for us to trade. But if it comes back down to the 50, maybe this is right. Nah, I don't like it. So again, but if it breaks 608, it's gonna go. Roku breaking down. Let's see how it reacts to that 230 level. All right, so Nvidia's another one. So Nvidia ran this thing, great earnings, great company. You know, so at 400, it was going to be like the next $1 trillion company, right? So they took this one down significantly, right? And I think they might take this up. I saw this was another one. We took the trade yesterday from there to there. It looks like it wants to go. It's at 292. So real simple. When it starts breaking 292, it can probably run, right? It's probably going to run. 292 is probably going to go to 310. So I'm going to be looking at the 310s, the 310s. So, and here's the deal. If when you look at the 310 call options, and again, I'm just going to share with you the correlation of, I'm going to show you the correlation of, if we look at the 310 call options today, and they're in the 40 cents, 20 cents. If it gets to 292 and he doesn't take those up, then more likely he doesn't think it's going to go higher. If he takes them up $1, then that's a signal to me that we're probably going to go higher. And we look at the 310s for next week and this week, you know, so that 310 is going to be a sign to you whether he's going to take it up. All right, Mercado Libre, this thing went up higher. So again, I'm setting up, you know, Nvidia, and then we got Tesla that I'm setting up. All right, Mercado Libre, this rallied yesterday really nicely. It didn't hit that 1260 mark that we thought it would, but if you got into that trade, that was a beautiful trade. I got a lot of emails or texts saying that, what do you think? And you know, again, the MACDs were going. So right up here, can it continue higher? Possibly, but you got a nice trade there on Mercado Libre. Apple. Now, if Apple goes higher and it's setting up, guys, it can go. It can run. Remember, these guys got hit pretty hard. It's 173. We're off to 50. If it starts breaking there, taking that, it can probably run. And if it runs, then the S&P is not going to go down. Trade desk coming across, maybe another trade right there off of 92, 93. That might be setting up nicely. Again, and these options are going to be cheap. So, you know, if you're looking for trading with a small account, that's a perfect opportunity right there. Shopify ran really nicely. Again, you know, missed that one because we're, you know, again, you only have eyes, so many eyes. So let it pull back, let it come to that 50, see how it responds there, and set that one up. Affirm ran up nicely, but again, I think Affirm's going to have problems down the road, and so let's see if it can hold that 100 level. But let's see. Upstart, same type of thing. If it can hold that 148. HubSpot ran yesterday, so again, that was a trade, but this is what I mean. The techs rally later, and this would kind of push the markets overall. Zoom, okay, so this Omicron thing, is it real or not? And if it was real, I mean, just look, I'm just looking at the price action. Don't really have an opinion. The opinion is basically, if it's real, it should be up, right? Now, it is setting up, so let's see, real simple. If 200 gets taken out, if this starts turning, that's probably going to run. Okay, so 200, because this could run, like, because it ran, you know, 2 days into pre-market. It ran quite a bit. So this might be a stalling day. Okay, so watch that. 200 bounces, zeros. If the MACDs, I'm going to break this down for you because this is a good one. If the MACDs start bouncing, turning, this reclaims 50, takes out 199, that 252 is probably going to run. And it could run to about, you know, 205 and 211, and would have run all day like it did the other day. So again, right there, that's something there, and that's on the positive front. I'm seeing some buying pre-market. Bookings, this was yesterday, ran up, let it pull back. It's coming back down to the 50, and then we'll see. ServiceNow ran up, let it pull back. Coinbase, let's see how this happens. I'm noticing Bitcoin, let's bounce here, bounce there. Let's see how it responds to that 50. Okay. All right. The chips. So this is what I mean. The chips woke up yesterday. Chips, INTU, that moved. Let it pull back. Qualcomm pulling back. Let's see how it responds to that 178, or do they take it lower to 174? ASML. So this is the beauty, guys. This is the beauty, guys. I'm going to tell you. Look at ASML. Watch the morning brew from yesterday at the end. This is the bonus trade that I'm giving everyone. Okay, 2022 trade of the year. Start the year right. This is it. This is it. ASML, ASML, ASML. Look at that. This is a beauty. They announced earnings on January 19th. Make sure if you're going to buy options, buy enough time. Okay, because this, I believe, is going to run into earnings. We're looking at about a $900 to $1,000 price target. If they echo everything that the other their competitors have saying. And I think they will. But watch that. Boom. Congratulations. That's my Christmas gift. All right. AMD breaking up higher. Let's see if it can control that. Bouncing. Whoops. Bouncing. Let's see there. AMAT. Again, could bounce off that 150. Let's see there. Now, Lucid and Rivian, again, that bill's going to hurt these guys, right? So they're not passing. Munchin's bill not passing. So, but you never know. We're right there. You know, we sold off. Is it basing? Maybe going sideways, right? Going sideways again. But we're at a pivotal moment. If 38 can break it back down to about the 36 levels. If it breaks higher, 39, 40, 42. Rivian tried to go this morning, ran up a little bit, you know, but again, that $100 area is getting hard. If it breaks through, bounces, and takes out, wow, that pre-market of 99.69, there's better trades out there, but watch it. Roblex. This could rally. This base nicely. Again, it got some headwinds at that 103.69. Bounces here, bounces there. Watch that 103.69. Can really, really get it going. And give it a little boop, pop. All right. Let's go into BTC. BTC shows me brand new MACDs. I like it. I told you I like it. I'm nibbling a little bit. Right? Not a lot. A little bit. And again, crypto so far, guys, doesn't have a no wash rule. No wash rule if you're doing considering the IRS tax code. There's a no wash rule. So look up that. Consider that if you're in some crypto gains and you want to offset some things. There's no wash rules in cryptos right now. That can change. Now, but look at right now. Right now we're nibbling. If it breaks here, if it starts breaking these heads on 52,000, I think it's going to really get it going. And when do I really get it going? Fresh to the MACDs, it can rally up to the 50 and this VWAP that we have from up here. And then what happens there? That's going to be a big level threshold, right? Now, if it breaks through, then that's going to be a good time to add. If it bounces down, then that's fine. But we got in here, and this could be served as a basing pattern, and then we'll see as long as the MACDs break through. If the MACDs break below zero, above zero, and breaks to 50, then we're probably going to go higher. All right, so what is the other play? Well, if you believe that Bitcoin is going to go up, which I do, right? I'm not saying it's going to go to 1 million. I'm saying it's going to go up to those levels. Then what else is going to follow? Well, we got MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is probably going to go up as well. And you got 604, 648. And remember, this thing was at 900. So if you're looking to make a little chow, this is a good place for you to do that. But again, you want to add time. Like give yourself a month, 2 months, slightly out of the money. That could help you, or spread trades, whatever you want to do. All right, Ethereum at the end. It looks like if we can break through, if this confirms like this, then we're probably going to go higher to that 4304. This is coming down. And what happens there? That's a whole other ball game. All right, guys. Amazing. All right, let me see. GM, you're from Colorado. Love Colorado. You caught a few trades in between the flights yesterday. Awesome. Amazing. Love to hear that. Love to hear. Congratulations. All about, building abundance together. Colorado rocks. And all right. Doc, what's up, buddy? You're 70% done with the book. Do you like the book? Awesome read so far. He went broke so many times, but kept pushing, kept learning. That's what I mean, guys. Keep going. That's a great book. If you want another book, I'm going to see, again, the top 3 books for me. That was number 1. I read that book or hear it once a year, guys. Once a year, because it gives you the mindset. And it's not just about the strategy. It's about the mental game. The mental game has to be strong. But here's another book if you're interested, and it's called, it's by Nicholas Darvis. How I made 2 millions, right? And oh, there's a PDF. Okay. Nicholas Darvin. Let's do that one. So here's the other book, and it's this one. How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market. Amazing, amazing read, guys. Amazing. And again, it's I like these books about professionals, about like not professionals, but guys that like you and me, the retailers, or if you are a professional, great. They basically just observed the markets and wanted to make money and just saw correlations, study the market. And to give you a little background, this guy was a dancer. He was a professional dancer during the 50s. Now he did ride a bull market, but he found a certain style which I currently use. That the box theory is his theory. It's called the Darvish box theory. That's his, but I use it on a daily time frame as well as other things just to show me the range. But that's a great book as well. But that's it. What I'm looking at for today. So anyway, get that book and that'll be another read, and then I'll drop another one. All right, let's look at Tesla. I'm looking at Tesla, guys. We're going to watch Tesla today. I think this thing could run. Again, coming to the end on the dailies, and we'll see. We'll see. So that I think I'm watching so far, but things can change in the next half hour, guys, as you know. Amazon, I like Amazon. Google, possibly. What else? I said Nvidia. I did like Nvidia. Let's watch Nvidia. And again, don't overtrade. If you got some profits, just wait. Again, Nvidia bounced off the 50, and I said this at lunch. This is a good trade. Bounce off and again, you got all three. So now on the 15-minute time frame, we're getting again this VWAP. It's right there, guys. It's right there. So the most activities right now is at 290, 292 as we'll know. 292 on the video. 292. If this thing runs, it's gonna run. The 310s are like 30 cents, 40. He doesn't know it's gonna go up there. If you start seeing those go up, then it's probably gonna run. There's some headwinds again, right at that 312. There's a lot of headwinds at 312. So. And I have my alert up there, 312. Okay, so, all right, guys, that's all we got. Let me hide this. That's all we got, guys. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. We're gonna be at the Trading View in the afternoon, at 12 o'clock on the dot. If you want access to that, it's pretty simple. Just go to Beyond Charts, go to Trading View, and it'll be on my page. There we stream it at 12, and that's it, guys. We got one more day to Christmas, so if we get those pops, you never know. I'm behind the screen all day long. I'll be notifying you guys, but other than that, go out there, go get it, stay green. Let's surf some momentum waves together. And if you haven't done so already, guys, just make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you so much, guys. Have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys this afternoon, and go get it. Stay green.